What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Life in the Pack. I hope you enjoyed your little PSA break for Red Wolf Radio and ASU-TV people. You made it. Once again, I'm sorry. There's no video. I apologize. It's 100% my fault. You can send your hate letters to me. I will accept them and take them and bear the brunt of your anger. But we still got Fielding over here, even though you can't see him. Fielding, how are you?
I'm great.
Great? Still terrific? Weather's
Yes.
still good? Sun's still shining?
Everything's great.
Nice.
Terrific.
Robert, I'm not even going to ask you. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
All right, we're just going to move on. And you know what's coming. Fielding knows what's coming. I know what's coming. It's time to talk about fantasy football.
Fantasy.
Fielding, lead us off.
I am on a roll and a half. I am 6-3 now. After going 0-3, I've won 6 straight. I'm getting carried by Kareem Hunt
Everyone.
and
Yeah.
Marlon Mack. But
You also have Melvin Gordon on your team.
I do.
You shouldn't leave him out.
He does.
What kind of fantasy football roster do you have to have where you leave Melvin Gordon out?
One with Kareem Hunt and Marlon Mack, who's doing better than Melvin Gordon.
I guess that's true.
Anyways, I'm making some power moves for a better quarterback because I'm stuck with Derek Carr, who got pulled in the 4th, and Alex Smith, who doesn't like to throw touchdowns.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. So there's that.
Who you looking at trying to get?
Well, Robert
these
offered me
quarterbacks?
a big Aaron Rodgers, which would be very nice.
True, as
So-
long as he doesn't get injured.
I mean, then I can just fall back on Alex Smith or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, Alex Smith is a quality backup to have.
He is. He is.
You got your eyes on anybody? Any other quarterbacks to substitute in that roster?
No, but I'm currently looking at Alvin Kamara because
Nope.
he's been. Oh, is he on your team?
Yes.
I'll give you Marlon Mack.
No. Unless you have Saquon Barkley on your roster, you have no chance
Man, I was
of
getting
getting
excited.
my boy Alvin Kamara.
I would have given you Kamara for Marlon Mack.
Yeah, and I would have said, no.
All right, how about no, not Kareem. How about Justin Tucker and Cooper Kupp?
Oh man, just what I wanted. A kicker and a flex receiver.
Oh, you have Ito Smith.
Yes.
He's a sleeper.
And you're not getting him.
Why don't you? No, I don't want him. I had him in my other league. He's trash. Why aren't
Wow.
you? Have you not updated your roster for this week?
What do you mean?
You got Sammy Watkins on the bench, who honestly will do better.
Sammy
than...
Watkins is about to not be on my team
Why?
because I am an all-rookie team.
He's better than.
Because you know where
Antonio.
Sammy Watkins is going?
Where?
He is getting dropped, and he is getting replaced by who? Can't remember. Oh man, why can't I remember who this is? I'll have to look. But he is. I'm getting all rookie lineup, man. So Sammy Watkins can't be on there. I didn't play him last week either, and somehow pulled off a win by 1.2 points. It was amazing.
Unfortunate. I need to make a move for a receiver. So if y'all have, no,
Sammy Watkins
no.
for Christian Kirk. That is my current drop ad situation.
How about you trade me Sammy Watkins? I'll give you Corey Clement. You can drop Corey Clement.
Fielding. I'm gonna go back over what I said earlier, and I'm gonna say it real slow and real clear.
No,
so
you're
you can
only
hear.
listen. You're
Are you
only,
ready?
You're
You
only
ready?
doing rookies. Listen,
ready?
let me finish.
I'm only doing rookies.
Oh my gosh! Look, this is just to assure that I get Sammy Watkins.
And you go pick him up from waivers.
So will Robert.
Robert's not gonna go pick up Sammy Watkins from waivers. He's not even paying attention to what we're talking about right now. He's looking at another league, putting in a waiver bid for some other random guy.
I do have Demarius Thomas, luckily.
That's a good one to have.
I hope will start doing well.
Yeah, maybe.
I have an overload of running backs.
Yeah, you do have quite the handful of running backs. You could trade away one of those low-end running backs to get yourself a quality receiver, I think. That might be a good option for you to pursue.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I think, honestly, in this league, I think we have too many bench spots.
The ESPN, yeah, it does have quite a few bench spots in it. And, I mean, I don't mind it as much. The only thing that really hurts is when you go to pick up players, usually it's the bottom of the barrel if you're having to scrounge up anybody
Yes.
from waivers.
Yeah.
Rarely are there any gems. Because I'm pretty sure it's only like one quarterback projected to actually play.
Yeah.
And then like the next two below him
Yeah.
are backups that might play.
I think it's Case Keenum currently.
Is Case Keenum the number one? I thought it was Beathard for a minute. San Francisco's
I can look again, but
quarterback.
they're both very terrible.
Well, I mean, they're both quality options if you're out, though. I mean, I'd take them over anyone Buffalo's going to put in the game.
Oh, no. It's Bortles, Manning, and Osweiler.
Nice.
Wait.
Bortles is quality.
Yeah, what? Let me just
while Fielding makes his moves over there, Robert, what do you got to tell us about fantasy? And for the sake of Fielding and keeping it consistent, let's limit it to the league that we're in with Fielding.
I'm on a 2-game winning streak.
Nice, good to know.
Yeah, I'm 3-6.
Oh man, the opposite. Oh no. Well, what are you gonna do to fix this? I know we talked about your tanking strategy last week, but have you decided that maybe you put up a little bit of fight? Try to run up the rankings?
I look at the rest of my schedule, and I realized I faced literally all the best teams at the very beginning. Because I was like, maybe I can pull up
You can win out.
Yeah.
Go even, get 6 wins, make a bowl game. Everyone will be happy. You get to keep your job as head coach. Won't fire you. That sounds like a good deal to me.
Especially if I can trade away Aaron Rodgers and get someone good.
Someone good? Aaron Rodgers is good.
Yeah, but I don't need him.
You're right. You don't need him. Who's your quarterbacks? Carson Wentz?
Carson Wentz and Jared Goff.
Yeah, some people would make the argument to keep Aaron Rodgers over Jared Goff, but it's quality. I don't mind it.
That's why I'm trading for Aaron Rodgers, right? I already sent the trade, so you can just go ahead and
you can go accept it. Do we get to see the first fantasy trade over radio?
Until my claim.
And then we can all complain about Fielding having 4 quarterbacks.
Well,
just the same way he did at the start of the season.
Listen here, Dr. Pitts, if you're listening to this.
She does.
Okay. Well, hello. You might not know me because I don't go to the meetings, which I probably should, and I apologize.
You went to one, and
I
that's
did,
how you ended up here.
Because I wanted to get involved, but I don't know. I guess it's more important to y'all than it is to me.
Agreed.
Anyway, I apologize. But at the beginning of the year, I sent you a trade for Patrick Mahomes. And I don't remember who I sent, but I wanted him. And then you let somebody else facilitate your trade. And I'm a little salty about that because if I had Patrick Mahomes, you could have helped me out. I could have helped you out. I haven't seen your team because you're in the other division. But, a little salty about that, Dr. Pitts.
And now we will play a sad song.
Yep.
On the world's smallest fantasy violin for Fielding Belk.
Thank you. Because now I have Blake Bortles and Alex Smith and Derek Carr.
And Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe he still hasn't accepted the trade.
I declined it.
He declined the trade. Everybody, we have got breaking news on Life in the Pack. Robert has shut down the trade. And with that, we're sending you to a break. We cannot handle it anymore. It's gone off the rails. Fielding is trying to climb over the desk to punch Robert. I'm going to have to break him up and send you on a break. Robert, please, just hold off Fielding for a little longer. ASU-TV people, I'm going to get this sorted out. You're going to watch some PSAs if you're watching this on TV. If not, you're going to hear a little wolf howl and be right back, and I'll have this whole situation sorted out for you. Just keep going through what you're doing. Don't worry about what's going on here. I've got the situation under control, maybe for the time being. But come back, we'll have everything sorted out. Welcome back to Life in the Pack. We've sorted everyone out. Everyone's back in their chairs. Robert has a couple bruises, but that's okay. He'll recover. He's a tough guy after that declination of a trade. Fielding, have you recovered? Have you recovered emotionally? No.
I needed Aaron Rodgers.
He sounds sad, Robert. What did you do to this poor freshman?
I'm sad too, so.
Everyone's sad. I'm happy. Maybe it'll just be me talking for this last little bit in here with a bunch of sad boys in this room. But I really don't want it to be that way. I want to talk to you guys about stuff. It always occurs to me that when we do these segments, if I get both of you in, we have time to get to Fielding and Robert. But usually I never get to share anything because I was thinking during that break, it's like I didn't get to talk about my fantasy. And I don't really want to talk about it very long. You kind of got it as a mix between, Robert and Fielding's takes. The most interesting thing I'll say about my fantasy is that, that statement in itself could be taken so many ways. The most interesting thing I'll say about my fantasy football is that I'm out of the playoff bracket right now. I'm out of the mainstream playoff bracket. And I was talking to Fielding about this while Robert was doing whatever he wants to do in his corner. The only reason I'm out of the playoff bracket is because the guy who's 5-4, while I am 6-3, is number 1 in his weak division, which is making me mad. And then I looked at the schedule thinking, all right, all I got to do is beat one of these guys above me. I got to beat some people in my division above me. The only problem is those 3 people above me in my division are in the playoffs already. They're pretty good teams. And also, I never play anybody from my division ranked above me again for the rest of the season. So my season to get into the playoffs totally hangs in the balance of one of them losing their games. Fielding, can you throw a game for me?
Well, do I play somebody that's first?
I don't know. That's a problem. But I
Because-
think if you just take L's, that'll be what happens.
Because it's the guy that's in first. It's what 7-2.
I
And then
think
it's
so. Yes.
3 of
it's
us that are
7-2.
6-3,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's
That's the division breakdown. Is number 1 overall, 7-2 from our division. 3 and 4 overall are you and a guy with the team name Bob Wiley's Set Hut Gut, which is ludicrous. He's 6-3, and then the number 2 overall, mainly because he's the division leader, is 5-4, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
I am 6-3, and I'm the first team out, and it makes me mad. And this is exactly what's wrong with the college football playoff, because those guys will tend to take conference champions from weaker conferences.
I don't agree with the college football playoff.
What would you do to fix it?
The,
What do you not agree with, I guess? Lead with that.
put the first 10 in, not the first 4. Do 10 and play
You
over.
can't have a 10-team playoff bracket.
Yeah, you could.
No. You could do 8.
Okay, then do 8. Because
10 would have awkward bye weeks.
okay, whatever. Because 4 is I don't agree with 4 because there's obviously good teams. Like the first team out, I believe, is Michigan, right?
Right now, yeah, I think. Is that adjusted for this past week?
I have no idea.
Okay, so it's probably not related to this week, but it still probably is a decent team like Michigan.
Yeah. Anyway, Michigan behind Shea Patterson, who transferred from Ole Miss, by the way, which I'm disappointed about, but that's okay. Yeah, Michigan's good, and I believe they could easily beat or contend with one of the top 4 teams besides Alabama.
Yeah, because it has been apparent after the LSU game that no one is going to touch Alabama.
Yeah, because they're not even going to get a shot at playing in the playoffs. They'll go to a bowl and they'll get to win like a fake little trophy, but
Who will?
Michigan.
Oh, yeah, Michigan. Well, I don't think Michigan could beat them anyway.
No,
I don't think anyone can. Clemson's the current number 2, and I don't think Clemson would stand a chance.
Yeah, Alabama's going.
I think Alabama would beat Clemson worse than they beat LSU.
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
Arkansas State
Oh,
put up
here
more
comes
points
this.
against Alabama than LSU did.
We did.
It's a fact. You can fact check that. You can take that one to the bank. Yeah, but going in like that game before I kind of looked into more like LSU and their one bad loss, which I think was to Florida. I think was there one bad loss. I'm not sure. It's either Florida or Auburn, one of those 2 teams, which was their one loss. I was arguing that if they lose to Alabama, I don't think that should knock them out from talking about being a playoff team. Of course, that was, I'm going to say, just wrong of me because I was looking, they have a bad loss. There are other teams that would deserve it more. But I think you're going into another year where you're possibly going to have to put both SEC champion teams into the playoffs.
Yes.
Because, I mean, if you look at records, most people probably wouldn't think that. Because I think Alabama's undefeated, Clemson's undefeated, and then 3 and 4 both have 1 loss. Texas lost to West Virginia, which I think totally ruins the Big 12's chance.
Yeah.
Are they a Big 12 school or a Big 10 school? I think they're a Big 12 school.
I don't pay attention.
I could be wrong. I don't keep up with a lot of conferences anyway. When you get into numbers and all that stuff, you just lose them. But I think that knocks their conference out of having a team in the playoffs with that loss. Because I think they were the leading team, right? And Oklahoma can't get in again because they lost to Texas. So I don't think you can put Oklahoma in above them.
No.
And then Texas lost to West Virginia, which is bad. And so you got Clemson. I think Notre Dame is one of the teams that's in there right now. And I always have quarrels with Notre Dame being in. And I get that they play good schools and whatnot. But they're not in a conference. And I just don't agree with them not being in a conference and just being able to play anybody they want. I know
Yeah.
typically they play like ACC schools, I think, which is good opponents, good quality opponents, but Notre Dame just rubs me the wrong way. I wish they would just join a conference.
I never even realized that they weren't in the conference.
Yeah, they're
That's
just
the first time
they're
hearing that.
independent, so they can schedule games against anybody.
Yeah.
How many times do they schedule games against SEC opponents?
Like 0.
Okay, and so it just bothers me. Like, yeah, this year when they have a really good team, they can schedule tough opponents to showcase a really good team. But say you're going into a drought year, you can schedule weaker opponents. If you think in like 3 years you're gonna have a weaker team, you're just not seeing the recruits come up, you can say, oh man, we better schedule a week schedule for that one, you know? And it just rubs me the wrong way. I can't remember who 4 is currently. I think it might be Michigan after this week because Michigan put a wallop on Penn State
Probably
this
will
week,
be.
and that just closes out their revenge tour from last season when they got beat
Yes.
by those two teams. So Michigan is on the warpath to get into the playoffs and prove something. Of course, they'll probably come in as a 4 seed, which means they will have to prove something immediately against Alabama, which would shock the world.
Yeah.
All 8 billion people on the planet would be shocked by that.
I'd love it, but
I wouldn't. When it comes to that, SEC all the way.
I can't stand Alabama. But when it
I
comes,
can't stand Alabama either, but I'm going to root for the conference.
Yeah, I hate that rule sometimes just because Alabama. Like, I'm an Ole Miss fan, but if I'm watching Mississippi State play, I'm going to root for them. But I can't say the same about Alabama.
Well, see, I feel like what you said before that is almost more wrong. Ole Miss fans are going to disown you, Fielding.
No, it's like a mutual respect thing. Until we get to the Egg Bowl, sure. Go Dogs.
I don't root for Vandy, period, at all. Like, I'll tell you how bad it got. I was playing at an Ultimate Frisbee tournament in Nashville at Vanderbilt's campus, and they were playing South Carolina. And South Carolina is almost as bitter a rivalry with Tennessee as Vanderbilt is. And there was a dude in a Gamecock shirt, and I walked over to him and I said, I'll never say this again my whole life, but go Gamecocks.
Wow.
Because I want them to beat Vanderbilt. And it's just, that's the in-state rivalry, man.
Yep.
But with that knowledge in your head, with that idea in your brains, it's time to end our show. I have run over immensely because I love talking about college football. I love college football more than NFL, honestly. But we've run out of time for radio and TV, so we're going to have to say goodbye to everybody. We hope you enjoyed the show today, and we will be back next week with a whole new show. ASU-TV people, we will hopefully be back next week with some video so you can see us again. But until then, hope you get through your week okay. I hope your Monday went all right. I hope your week continues to be good. If it was bad, I hope it turns around. If it's good, I hope it gets better. And we will see you next week on Life in the Pack on ASU-TV. Thank you for watching today's episode of Life in the Pack. We hope you enjoyed it. There will be new episodes coming out twice a week on ASU-TV, or you can tune into Red Wolf Radio to catch the full hour show at 8 p.m. Central Time on Fridays. You can also follow us on Twitter at Life in the Pack 1. That is Life in the Pack number 1. And you can send us all sorts of things we should talk about on the show or questions that you want answered on the show, and we'll try to get to them the best we can. We hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned to ASU-TV for more content. Boom! That's how it's done.